What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Concrete Edge right here on Deco-Crete TV. My name's Jeff, and on today's show we're just going to go over a few ways that you can create custom logos on your decorative concrete projects, so stay tuned and you're going to learn all about it. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I first started out in this business, I was really intimidated every time I saw somebody using stencils or decals. Man, it just seemed so complicated and intricate. How do you even go about putting this whole thing down without messing it up? And how do you know what pieces to take out? And then even after you get all that done, now you got to stain or dye it or use some kind of overlay. And, I loved watching other people do this, but I always just kind of told myself, like, man, that's not for me. Well, at a certain point here at Deco-Crete, I just had to learn how to start using these things because we started teaching them in our training classes. And, honestly, once I got started, it really isn't that bad. Now, I'd be completely lying to you if I said I've never messed any of these things up. Of course I have, but that is how you learn. And, honestly, a lot of those minor mistakes, they can be fixed up without having to pull the entire thing up and put a new stencil down. So this video is really just more of an overview of the 3 different kinds of material, and hopefully this inspires some of you guys to get started experimenting. Now, I will say that we are going to be putting out a video or two on the how-to part of this within the next couple months, so just stay tuned to the channel. And the first one is going to be vinyl stencils, and this material is just great for creating logos out of acetone dye or micro topping. That dye is fast drying, and man, it just creates these super crisp lines. And the cool thing is that it dries so fast that, usually by the time you get your gun cleaned out, you can go ahead and pull up the rest of your logo. Now, these vinyl stencils are also really great for creating logos with micro toppings. In fact, man, that's another one of the things that you can just create some really cool stuff, and it will last a long time. So next up are Sandblast stencils, and the main use for these are exactly what you think. And so, this material is a lot thicker than that vinyl, and it's just kind of got this rubbery feel to it. And what that does is it deflects the sand, so you only end up etching the part of the logo that was weeded out. And this is just great for exterior concrete. This is the most longest lasting logo that you can create. Even if it's not cared for over the years and all that stains end up wearing off, it's still going to be there. You etch this stuff into the concrete, and what happens in concrete stays in concrete. Now, the other thing that Sandblast stencils are great for is creating logos in concrete countertops or tabletops or furniture. Pretty much anything you can come up with. All you got to do in this case is just reverse the image and then stick the stencil down right in your mold, weed out the parts you want, and then after that you just cast your concrete like normal. Now, GFRC definitely works best for this, but those wet cast mixes will work too, as long as you're able to cast them upside down. And then after it's all demolded, you could add color to that logo if you wanted, or my favorite thing to do is just grout it up with a different color. Now, last on the list are these ready-to-use graphics, and now these are more for epoxy floors and floor coatings, and it's really more of a decal than a stencil. In this case, the image is actually printed on the material, and basically you just once your floor is to the point of top coat, and you just stick this down, and then you coat right over it. Now, this material has just a bunch of these little tiny holes in it, and that just allows the coating to flow through it and bond to the floor. Now, depending on the job, you can just go right over this with your urethane or polyspartic top coats. In other situations, you might want to put a nice layer of clear epoxy down first. And this is my favorite way to do it because then it just ends up completely smooth. You don't feel anything, and that thick epoxy it's almost like it creates a little bit more depth. So hopefully this video piques some of you guys' interest, and please just give us a call. We have a whole design team here at Deco-Crete that can help you put your images together. We can print on all 3 of those materials, and we would just love to help you guys out with this. If you guys have any questions on custom stencils, logos, or really just anything else about decorative concrete, please leave us a comment right down below, or even better yet, give us a call. We would love to talk to you guys. So from all of us here at Deco-Crete TV, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.